if the Ezreal went mid, or if the Ezreal went recall, what can you do with the wave right here?
I honestly don't know what we should do with the wave in this position.
So if I'm recall, if I'm Ezreal and I'm getting items and I'm coming to the laney phase, and then I see Jinx is staying here in the lane, and I get to the lane and then I get items advantage.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they have an easy lane if he gets just the free back and, you know, focus down more.
So the moment you know he recalled, and you know that he recalled or he went really deep on the river, which is very unlikely because of his mana.
Right.
And this distance is insane. Like if you roam like this and nothing happens, your Jinx can get plates. So it's just it's just an insane play. Okay, maybe if the play is here, then sure, he can just move. But in this case, since he was Fog of War for so long, over 10 seconds, you should realize this and you should immediately push this. Like hard, like now, you should be like, oh, maybe he's in the brush. But now, when you see that MF is just here and no one is here, you should just fast push. What's going on, guys? Besides here, in today's video we're gonna learn about laning phase, and not only decision making as well. This was a coaching session that this guy booked in order for him to get Diamond Plus, so these tips are applied below Master Tier, Master 200 LP, Master 300 LP. Everything here can be applied. Make sure you watch this until the end. Make sure you watch this multiple times, because this is gonna be absolutely insane for you if you want to get better at AD carry. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if this is the first time for you on this channel. Enjoy. So this matchup right here, what kind of matchup you think it is?
I mean, they have 2 range that can poke us out, so I was just trying not to get pushed in, but I mean, I guess Thresh isn't the best into that because it's hard to hook the Ezreal, and the MF is just going to sit behind minions, so I'm probably just going to get pushed to tower.
Exactly. So it is a difficult lane. So where would you categorize this lane?
As far as like the difficulty?
Yeah, as in, do you play to win? Do you play to not lose?
Probably not lose.
Yeah, there is Ezreal and Ezreal and MF. They'll poke you. They have good range, and you should play to not lose. The thing is, if he hits a hook, you can play aggressive. You can kill them. It's just you're very reliant on the hook, pretty much. So the first mistake that you did is that you leashed.
Yeah.
Why do I say? Why does it matter at all? Okay, to leash.
Because if I leash, they can just go to lane and get the level 2 for free before I even, you know, I will never have a chance to beat them to level 2, basically, if they don't leash.
Exactly, and why does it matter? You're saying, okay, they're gonna get first there and get level 2, okay, why does it matter? Like, why do you care about level 2?
Because they're just gonna go insta aggro and push me off the wave and try to zone me.
Exactly, especially because what kind of lane they have? They have a poke lane that if you lose the push, it's just, you know what's gonna happen with Ezreal in the tower. They're just gonna have a hard time. So in lanes like this, you can ask to not leash, but again, you should always ask your jungle and never like, oh, the coach told me to not leash, I'm gonna ignore my jungle. He's gonna come to you lane, smite the cannon, and he's gonna run you down. So be very careful with how you treat, I guess, your people in the game. Okay, good. So there are lanes that you don't actually need to ask to not leash. What are those lanes? What do you think?
Where they have like maybe a Leona.
Exactly. If it's a laney phase where it's like, let's say you have a Thresh and they have a Leona, it's like, oh, you know, they want to get level 2 advantage. They can consider to not leash and push for level 2, but it's not so urgent like you play against Caitlyn Morgana, Caitlyn Senna, Caitlyn Lux. That's, you get pushed, it's impossible to play. Against a Caitlyn Leona, you get pushed, it's not good, but it's fun, it's playable, you know? So you should not leash, or like try to ask to not leash if the laney phase is not very playable, if you know you do. So that's basically how you should really see this.
Gotcha.
And again, you can see, oh, please, can we not leash? We're gonna get poked out of the tower. That's how you ask. You don't ask like, do you need leash or any other, like you ask, do you need a visa for Dubai? Okay, interesting. You ask, is it okay if we don't leash? We hard lose the lane if we do. It's really important to ask like that, because any combination of do you need leash or can we not leash, or you need to give him the reason. And if you ask, do you need leash? I mean, who in this world is gonna say, oh, of course no, I'm just fine, you know, leash me, please, I wanna get my jungle. Right. So hard lane, they have a lot of poke. Always consider to not leash. If you have a Karma and they have a Twitch, they have a lane where they say they don't have Lux, but they have Prom. You should still ask to not leash. Why? This is not in a position of, oh, can we not leash? We're gonna lose the lane if we leash. No. Can we not leash? We will stomp them if we don't leash. What does it mean? Well, you get prior, you have a range support, they have a melee. So if you think you can poke them level 1, if you have more range, or if they have more range, more poke, or a lot of poke, always consider to not leash. Against melee supports, not so much.
Gotcha.
Perfect. So we got that out of the way. In terms of runes, okay, you copied the runes that I do. That's good. Only this is better. Do you know like what this does? The cut down?
Are you saying cut down? Yeah, when they're higher health and you do more damage. Yeah, I see a lot of people take that one, especially when they're a tankier team. It's better than coup de grace or whatever.
This used to be like this like 2 years ago, but they changed it. Now it does more damage every time when the enemies are above 50% HP.
Oh, okay.
So it's a bit different. So it's not anymore against tanks. Coup de grace is pretty bad rune. You should get it only on collector champs like Jean, but I see you don't. Okay, I guess you play Jean, so you can do it on Jean. Maybe Lucian with Nami. If you buy collector, it's okay if you have like basic damage health, but otherwise I wouldn't take it. And also you should take this. It's like pretty good for laney phase. You don't need that much mana for this, so I also recommend you this. All in all, the runes are fine. Sometimes you get cleanse. Here I would get cleanse for sure. Veigar, Zyra. It's really difficult.
Right.
This is just a Momo, so I wouldn't get cleanse. Sona ulti, it's not that scary. And the rest you're just fine. Against Thresh you can get cleanse, but it's really up to you. If you're confident, you shouldn't. And here, yeah, Ashe, always against Ashe, when you play mobile champs, you have to go cleanse, because if she ults.
Are you an AD carry main struggling to make an impact in your games? Is your damage output disappointingly low, leaving you feeling frustrated and powerless in the role you love? Introducing our specialized coaching program designed to supercharge your AD carry performance. Imagine a world where your damage, decision making and farming skills are 10 times better and the outcome of your games is no longer left to chance. Meet Chase, just like you, he was once stuck in the same position, facing low damage and inconsistency in his games. Let's see what happened after his coaching experience, from Diamond 4 to Master Tier. Wow! And here is Jordan and Brett, both transformed into formidable AD carry after the coaching session. These success stories aren't just isolated cases, they are a part of a community of over 3,243 players who benefited from the coaching program. If it worked for them, why not for you? Picture yourself as an unstoppable AD carry. It's not a dream, it's your potential with the coaching session. Don't wait any longer, visit Visite.com, book your coaching and become the AD carry the enemy team hates to play against.
Yeah, I usually do against Ashe. I think I just forgot to switch that game. I pretty much always take it against Ashe.
Okay.
Because once she hits 6, like, if you're pushed up in the lane, you're probably dead.
Yeah, okay.
Unless she's, like, really behind or something.
So let's see what's going to happen right here. I want to see what's going on. So you go for a leash. How many do you do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the leash is reasonable. If you want leash, this is usually how you do it. Again, we talked about like why you shouldn't do it, because now you would have pushed. Thresh can play the game and it's hard. Because look at them right here. It's just, they will just push you. And every time when you leash and you just finish leashing, try to ping on my way to kind of make the Thresh feel like a sense of urgency, like, bro, now we need to get to the lane, because
yeah, that makes sense, because you wouldn't believe the amount of times that the support will stay extra and miss the first 3.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So you can ping. It's not always gonna work, but it's good to like tell him, bro, wake up. I need you in the lane, kind of thing.
Right.
And then now you're just playing it safe, which is normal. You just have to play it safe. Well, the thing is, when you're in the lane like this, you should try to push. The thing is, you don't know where they are, especially because Ezreal went to the wave.
That's why I hovered the wall, because I thought they were gonna like try to Q me like instantly. And
so now you play safe. Very good. You wait Thresh, and they're not pushing. This Ezreal, if he's good, he's queuing the wave, and he gets that 10% passive attack speed, and he keeps pushing to make sure he gets like 10 minions against like 5, so he can walk up with the wave and just zone you. Because now if it's 6 minions versus 6, and you're gonna push this and you make it 6 versus 3. 1, you'll get level 2 advantage, and 2, it will be much harder for them to poke you if you can play around your minions. So if Thresh gets here, that's what you should be doing. You should be trying to really get the push back. Like here, just continue with Q, because if they do get a push, it's gonna be hard.
Right.
So now Thresh went for the hook, you waited. You can go E level 2 because you have an engage, but only if he hits a hook. Because if he hits a hook, the E is better than the W. Because?
Right.
Why is it?
Because I can make them stand still for an amount of time.
Exactly.
Like pull them into it. Yeah.
So usually if you want to farm, chill, you see you just need W, you want to poke them, they stay far away, you have like a Lulu, go W. If you have a Thresh, you can consider going for E. Usually I like to wait, like now I see if he gets this hook, I level up my E immediately. If he misses this hook, I just go W and I poke them. So it's not a rule, okay, every time you go E. No, every time when you see he hits a hook, consider going and leveling up E. Otherwise, if you just want to farm or poke or they're really far away, or you simply have a champion that doesn't really have CC, let's say you play with a Lulu, then just get W. Okay, so far we don't have very big mistakes. You try to get the push here, very good. Get the push, get the push. You try to go for a little bit of poke. You have to be very careful because in this lane, we said that we don't need to play to win, meaning that you don't need to take big trades. Yes, you can trade if you have more range and you have more minions, but the laning phase is simple. Thresh hooks, you go in. Thresh doesn't hook, focus on the push and not getting pushed in. It's like, oh, but I want to poke, I want to... Well, yeah, but MFQ is really hurtful. And then we talk about Ezreal. Ezreal is really good at poking as well. So here, this is good, you got push. We do not have hook. That's how many seconds?
I'd say around 12 if I had to guess.
Perfect. So if I would tell you right now the hook is 4 seconds, would it matter that you said 12? Like, why does it matter? Why is it important at all to know this information?
Because they can be aggressive for that amount of time on me without having to really worry, because they can just walk up basically and I can't do anything and they can poke me for that amount of time.
Exactly. So the Thresh hook is 20 seconds.
Oh god, I didn't realize it was that long.
Exactly, and the Blitzcrank is 19. So you see, maybe it would be worth to play from time to time some support so we can get better knowing this, because as you can see, if this, and Thresh is very common, but how much is Spike? Like 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 3 seconds, how much do you think?
Probably around 15.
Okay, it's 10 seconds. So it's really important to like maybe just give it a try to like these gems to see.
Yeah, I was thinking of making a spreadsheet of like supports and their like abilities and their cooldowns.
Yeah, the most important. The rule of thumb is mages are 10 seconds, that Bren W, Seraphim E, and hookers are usually 14 plus. Nautilus is 14, Thresh is 19, Blitz is 20, and then Pike is 10. He's the best hook champ in terms of cooldown.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now this trade like it is fine because you just double it. This one was okay because you're just playing with the minions. I also see that the MF is hitting the Q on the minions, which is bad. Then you're trading like short trade, and then here you should just back off. You shouldn't really like look to trade.
Right.
It's because Thresh has no hook here. So this was really greedy. This was even more greedy. So you just have to play for the wave. And if you have more minions, like if you get free auto attacks like this, fine. That's good. You have more minions, you have Thresh around you, but not like actively going for the trades. And here you're trying to, okay, I'm going to get the push. Very good. Very, very good. And then you play off the Thresh. He misses the hook. Unfortunately, we can't do much. So definitely the leash mistake so far. And that you played a little bit too aggressive. A little bit too aggressive. Other than that, you played pretty reasonable. The thing is, the only, okay, well, I guess the medium mistake is that we don't know the cooldown. The cooldowns of champions. Perfect. And then if the Ezreal does this with the E, how many seconds is his E cooldown?
It's around 18-ish to 20-ish early on, but he can lower it with his Q.
26 seconds at the first point.
Gotcha.
It's huge. How much mana is that?
Right.
How much mana?
At least 70, 80 if I had to guess. I can't imagine it being low. Yeah.
90, exactly. So he can't really use that much of the E, like spam it. So when Thresh is going for the hook, it's not actually that bad that he's going to just use his E. Right? Because it's just we're wasting his mana. But yes, it sucks that we don't get hooks, but it's not really much you can really do. Just have to farm, stay into the tower and chill so far. Okay, this is good. And now you would have to hit the minions before they go into the tower. So this is just a byproduct of how we play level 1, that we traded too much. You see your HP, well, not level 1, level 2. When you traded too much, you leashed. So now this is just, it's very difficult to play after this mistakes in the early game.
Yeah, I think that's part of my problem is I try to over trade because I feel like I should be able to win, but what you're saying makes sense. Like I need to play around the support and their strength and the enemy's strength.
Yeah, exactly. And let's see what happens here. So you get pushed in by Ezreal. Let's see Ezreal right here. So he has 350 mana, 70% HP. He pushes this, and let's see what happens. 3 seconds, we don't see him. 10 seconds, we don't see him. Maybe he's in the brush. Maybe he's warding. Maybe he's cheesing. Okay, 15 seconds passed. Where do you think is Ezreal right now? 15 seconds, 16 seconds passed.
He probably rotated. He could have rotated to mid based on the Shyvana being there, trying to get a gank or something since we were pushed. But
okay,
what
sure other alternative can he have here?
He could have backed. He could have went to buy like a tier or something.
Perfect. What do you think you should do right here? Option number 1, he moved to the river. Option number 2, he backed. What is the play that is we should do?
We should try to move up towards the MF and get a hook if we think Ezreal's not in lane and hasn't showed in a while.
Okay, but it's not really something that you can really, like, you can move in and step up, but the trash is kind of low. Maybe she like flashes the hook and then What about the wave? What can we do in this situation with the wave?
Let me make it bigger. We have more minions, so it's going to start to push. Or, well, I don't think we have a cannon. I can't see if we have a cannon there or not.
You do. Okay, so if the Ezreal went mid, or if the Ezreal went recall, what can you do with the wave right here?
I honestly don't know what we should do with the wave in this position.
So if I'm recall, if I'm Ezreal and I'm getting items and I'm coming to the laning phase, and then I see Jinx is staying here in the lane, and I get to the lane and then I get items advantage.
Right. Yeah, I mean, they have an easy lane if he gets just the free back and, focus down more.
So the moment you know he recalled, and you know that he recalled or he went really deep on the river, which is very unlikely because of his mana.
Right.
And this distance is insane. Like if you roam like this and nothing happens, your Jinx can get plates. So it's just it's just an insane play. Okay, maybe if the play is here, then sure, he can just move. But in this case, since he was Fog of War for so long, over 10 seconds, you should realize this and you should immediately push this. Like hard, like now, you should be like, oh, maybe he's in the brush. But now, when you see that MF is just here and no one is here, you should just fast push. Fast push and then recall. You wanted to crush this before the Ezreal gets here. And you should try to use your long gun to push this, because you use your minigun. Now you're going to push, but you're in this position, which they can gank you if they wanted. You could have pushed it from here. You push and let's see what you're going to do. Okay, he went for the hook. Ideally here we don't like follow this kind of plays. The problem is that right now he hits the hook. And what other advantage do you have here other than the hook?
We've got a ton of minions.
Exactly, and we're talking about level 3 MF, so the minions will... Exactly, like minimum 300 damage to take from the minions. So how do you think you should react to this play?
Probably throw my E out and try to trap and W and start shooting her.
Exactly, like as you're pushing right here, you should really pay attention to what Thresh does. Yes, ideally you want to push and recall, but if he does really something, you should pay attention to what he does. This is a problem with the camera control. And what I mean by that is that, as you can see, you're staying with your camera really tunneled on yourself, fixed on yourself, and you don't really see MF right here. So I need to know, is MF full? Is MF low? Does she have mana? Does she have no mana? Because maybe you can flash auto attack her right now. Or maybe you can just, like maybe, like here, he hooked and you don't even know how much HP she has. Right? So this camera control is a problem that is like a long-term problem. That is definitely a big thing. The problem is that it's also very hard to fix. So your camera right now is like this. Like this is you and this is your camera. Your camera should be like, this is you and your camera should be like this. Like your champion should be on the edge of the screen, right here. Look.
Right.
How you play it right now, it's like this. Yeah, true. But if MF is right here, she's slightly out of your sight here. If you keep your camera on, like with you on the edge here, you can see MF. You see, you can see the HP, and you can react fast at these things. Because here, ideally, you just E, because you know that Thresh pulls 2 times. Look, 1, 2, and then the third is with the flay. So ideally, you put the E here.
Right.
So he flays into the E's, and then it's GG. We did react very slow, and we forgot about the E. And then he tried to.
And this guy just ends, basically.
Nice, nice. Do you know the trick with the animation cancel W?
Not off the top of my head. I know the ult one where you like E ult.
Okay, let me show you something cool. Okay, let's see. So you do this. That's fine. Let me show you. So tell me if you see any difference in the next play right here. So first, this is my normal auto attacks. Look at this.
Yep.
W auto attack.
Oh, you're talking about that where you auto immediately W, you get another auto like right away.
Yeah, you know the animation cancel W? Like this.
Oh, okay. It's like as soon as the auto goes off, you W.
Yeah, because this takes time.
Right.
But if you do this, it's like instant.
It's like as soon as you hear the auto sound, you should hit W, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ideally, that's what you want to do right there. But it's like, no problem.
Right.
And you are still like a bit new.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in one of your videos, and I honestly forgot about it.
No worries, no worries. And then here you killed him. And then now you try to do on this guy. Okay, well, we don't know where is the jungle, but now it's 4 minutes in the game. So usually 320 plus, you're going to get ganked. After that, it's hard to predict where he's going to be. He's gonna be where he started, but you probably didn't track where he started, so you should expect him being both. Because if you don't know where he is, yes, you should learn jungle tracking, but you would have to pay attention when he started. So the easiest way to jungle track is if you don't know where he is and you haven't seen him on the minimap, you just don't play aggressive. Like here, this is okay, nice. You have Thresh. Actually push this wave. So to know if you should push this wave, we should know 1, where is Ezreal? Can he kill you? 2, where is the jungle? Can he kill you? And 3, do you need the money for the wave? So 1, this is fine. If the jungle comes right now, what are the chances of you getting killed?
Low if Thresh immediately runs back in W's for me.
And goes for the
High
lantern?
if he doesn't.
Okay. Who is the new jungle?
I don't even remember who the jungler was in this game. It's been a bit.
It's Shyvana.
Shyvana. So she's got a lot of damage at 6, so she could jump out of the try and basically insta-kill me.
Like right now at level 6?
Well, she would be 6. We're like level 4. But I was saying if she was 6 and I was at that health, she could nearly insta-kill me with Dragon if she jumped out.
Yeah, but now we were talking about level 4, so we're not really talking about that stage.
So Shyvana's not like that big of a threat pre-6.
Yeah.
No.
So if you want to push this, keep pushing like this. It's okay in terms of the jungle. In terms of the Ezreal being dead right here, you're not going to get punished. So you could push this wave, no problem. Ideally, the wave is crushed in the tower and you do have enough gold for a BF sword. So I wouldn't personally waste time on this wave because you push. But now Ezreal is coming back to the lane and that wave was anyways pushed into you. Like now, for example, you recall and Ezreal is like right there. So if he pushes now, he can also get a plate. So ideally, you don't push that wave because this wave was actually pushing into you. But I'm saying that this wave is pushing into you. Why am I saying that and how do I know it?
Because their minions stopped at the tower and they will build up faster on their side and naturally push.
Exactly. So you shouldn't really push this right here. And then let's see what's going to happen here. So you kill Ezreal. He's dead. Okay. 457 he respawned. You push this. 457 he respawned. Good. Okay. 457, now 19 seconds passed and it takes 25 seconds to get from base to the lane after you died because you get the movement speed right after you die. So he's basically right there. What should you be doing right now as Jinx?
Running back to recall.
Running back to recall, exactly. And you should try to avoid for as much as possible to hesitate at all.
Right.
Because look what you did here. Look at the slow motion. You probably don't see this in game. You backed. He walks up.
I hesitated. I don't. I that's why I walked back. I think because I was like,
even if he misses, he hits the hook. Ezreal is there. You die with him. So you should just
right.
I need to recall. Sorry, I'm just gonna recall because he almost died for that. And you should not follow this kind of plays. You should only follow if it's reliable. Like in this case, if he hooks and the target is really low, you can consider it. But first of all, now Ezreal is really close. And second of all, your camera is again bad. Look, you couldn't even react here that if he hits the hook or not. Look at this. Because he goes for a hook, but you don't know where did he hit it. Like now you should know if he hits it or not. Why? It's because you'll see the trajectory of the hook and you'll see if it's on the MF.
Right.
But because it's not on your screen, you see this is such a big mistake. The camera control.
Right.
Just trying to play like unlocked. Like here, situations like
yeah. I normally don't play locked, but I hit like spacebar a lot.
That's
like,
good. That's good.
It's
just good to. It's important to not play like log like this. Just keep it like this in the lane. You know, so you can see the HP, their HP at any given time. Like this has to be, and especially for bot lane, that's how you lane. You lane it like this. You just keep it like this. And then
that makes more sense.
After he hooks, if you spacebar is no problem, but you need to take the information. Okay, and you go Infinity Edge, which is better than Kraken Slayer if you have the BF Sword fast. And let's see what's gonna happen. Get BF Sword, and you also get refill. As you get to the lane, you should look at the wave to see that Ezreal flashed, and now you should look at the wave as well. See, it's a slow push into you, which is really good. And you should keep the wave here because it's a freeze. Perfect. This is very good. You trim the wave a little bit. It's very, very nice. Very nice, man. And now you're just chilling here. What do you play for? You play for a good item. And ideally, Infinity Edge is very nice, but if you don't have movement speed against this lane Ezreal MF, it's pretty bad. So what item should you play for right now, and how much does it cost?
If I want top movement speed, I'd get tier 2 boots for 1100.
Perfect. And tier 2 boots are not only good for that, but also for damage. Because 35% attack speed is a lot. So that's what you play for. Not get pushed in, not get poked, and playing for the boots. If it happens for him to hit the hook, that's nice. It's really good. Here you try to like trade a little bit. So you see you keep trading. I mean, you try to punish with E, which is fine if he has the hook. But I want you to pay attention to this. Look.
Right.
Boom. That's not 20 seconds now. It's more around like 14 seconds because he's maxing the hook. He has some cooldown reduction, blah, blah, blah. So let's say 14. So now, if you do this when he has his hook and your thought process like, oh, I want to get them away from the tower and I want to punish, I would be like, yes, that's good. Don't let them hit the tower. But now you're trading when he doesn't have the hook.
Right.
Especially against a lane when they have more poke than you.
Right. That makes sense. I don't play well off of my supports.
Exactly. Then he tries to hook. And then now you try to do Uga Booga here. Yeah. So what is the main mistake here? First of all is the camera control. Because you want to see... The thing is you don't see Cassiopeia. You just see the pings. But we need to know, is she full HP? Does she have ultimate? Does she have a lot of mana? Is she here? Is she here? Or is she like more far? Like you want to know instant, like exactly what is her position and how much it takes. And you want to know, is she getting there in 2 or 5 seconds? You need to know that. So camera control is the first thing. You W'd because you don't know where she is exactly. Then he missed the hook. I would hide behind of the treasury because this guy can actually focus you. You level up your ulti and potion, you forgot about it, but no problem. And then you go on the MF, and then here, if you want to go on the MF, she has only burst, so she can only this. She can only do this, that's all. So you fighting here is not bad, especially because Ezreal is out of the lane. But you should try to kite her, because remember that her range is very limited. It's like 520, 550. So if you do this, and you just click back, it's just easy to play.
Easy.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's basically what you should do. Because here you just stay like a robot and like hit her.
Right.
The camera control, as you can see, if you had good camera control and it wasn't like this. Let me go. It was more like this. You'll see Shyvana coming, so you'll be like, okay, fuck this shit. I'm out. So it's a camera control mistake again. And also here you should have long gun is usually for wave clear and range like this.
Right.
But if you want to fight someone one-on-one, you do minigun because this is attack speed and fast DPS. Because here, look at you.
Yeah, I think I forgot I was in that gun,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And here you also should like level up your R like immediately so you can R so you can get the kill faster. And then the potion is also the bad thing, and then you get the kill. And then right here after you get a kill, you should push the wave to gain an advantage after you get kills. Because you remember you killed them and you got those extra waves. That was nice. But now you kill them and get something. Yes, there are some situations where you can't because you're too low. But now who's gonna kill you? The Ezreal that just respawned, the Shyvana that just died, you know? Plus, let's be honest, Cassiopeia and Nocturne is with you here.
Right.
So you can easily push this. This is definitely a big thing as well after the camera control. Why? Well, you're gonna get kills and you're not gonna carry. Why? It's because a Platinum player will get a kill, will get a wave, will get a plate. You will get a kill, will recall. Yeah. So this is the difference. A guy that will try to convert the game. Where is it? Okay, here. So okay. So pushing the advantage after getting an initial lead. Okay, and then here you just bought these items, you go to bot lane. The poor guy on Nocturne just pushed your wave. He's so happy that he got your wave. Let's see what's gonna happen now. So now you should pay attention to the wave so you can see where it pushes. Let's see if you do it. Okay, you don't really do it. Why does it matter where it's the wave pushing right now?
Because I know if I need to, walk up or not, or I can just wait for it to come back to me and, ward and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. For example, if it stays there, the wave, you do have an option to just... So let's say the wave is frozen right here, like 6 minions against 2. It's going towards them. In this case, you should first go for a ward and then go onto the wave and do what?
And crash it, just rocket it.
Exactly. But why do you need to go for a ward first?
Because I don't want to be pushed up without vision while I'm doing that.
Exactly. And why is the play different if the wave is coming into you and you don't even need to go for a ward?
It's harder to get the ward then when it's already at mid. I'd have to go through the walk back.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, you don't need the ward if the wave is coming into you, ideally, realistically speaking. So this is fine. Well, you put the ward, you play safe. Camera control is still, like, as you can see, it's very tunneled, you need to know the Ezreal mana, MF HP, MF mana. You need to know all of these things. So you can take better decisions. Maybe you can go for some trades. Okay, he warded, which is bad. He should push the wave first and then ward. Nocturne is top lane, so you're playing weak side. So with this wave state right now that you actually see on the map, Nocturne being on the top lane, what should you be doing right here?
I should let them push me into the tower.
True, and what's the reason behind that?
Because if their jungler comes, it's 3v2, and I'm gonna lose.
True. So if your jungle is topside right here, you have no reason to really play aggressive. No reason to really do anything crazy. It's just because your weak side, your jungle is top. Most likely enemy jungle wants to respond with making a play bot. So all what you have to do here is keep your wave into you. Because now it was pushing into you. You see this trade?
Right.
It's really greedy. One, you shouldn't trade. And two, you're just screwing up the wave that is pushing into you when Nocturne is top. So this is what you need, a wave coming into you. Because if you make this wave pushing into them when Nocturne is top at this point, you're going to be in big trouble. Big trouble. Right. And this kind of auto attacks right here, this is okay. It is okay if you're getting it for free. It's just, you gotta be very careful because MF, you don't get it for free. Like, look, you stay behind the minions, she can Q that minion right here, and it can bounce on you. Very nice mechanics. You play very nice around your range, though. That's good. You do go for too many trades.
Right.
Same thing with the camera right here. You need to know HP mana, HP mana, HP mana at any given time. HP mana. Because maybe you can double your ulti then. Or maybe, you see she's out of mana and you can make a different play. And then here this happened. Yeah, as you can see, you having this pattern of, oh, I'm gonna, you know, trade with them, but it's like if Trash doesn't get a hook, it's like you can't trade with them. Plus, you outscale, so it's like you don't need to do anything crazy. This free auto attacks that you've got in the early game, fine if it's free, but this right here is not exactly free because, you know, they have the wave, Trash is far away, Ezreal is walking up on you. You don't really have any big advantage to be like, oh, I can go for this trade with ease because I have a bigger wave or I have more HP or...
Right.
So the moral of the story in this game, you actually lost the lane harder by trying to win it.
Yeah. That
because
makes sense.
The lane was already GG, like getting pushed in, play safe, get the farm, and group in the mid game after the tower is gone, after you take the enemy tower. And if you stay bot and it's that situation where enemy mid laner is staying with you, then you should just play safe. So you should just play in the tower, catch the wave. Let's say he's pushing here, catch the wave. If it's a Z or he really can't stay, then you group mid and Cassiopeia goes bot. But if you can stay bot before, like, you want to make sure you're strong before you group. So ideally you want to get the enemy bot tower before you group, ideally. Okay, what happens here? You kill them. Shyvana is dead. Okay. Perfect. What do you do after you kill them this time?
I should push this wave and get plates.
True. Because Ezreal and MF are dead, Shyvana is dead, so you just push this. You should also ping your Trash to help you. You should use your long gun right there. So right now, Ezreal and MF, they respawned. The problem is that how long do you need to stay for this play to take it?
Since the wave's not there, it's probably going to take a good, I'd say 12 to 15 seconds to get a plate.
How healthy is the plate?
I don't even know at this point. I don't think I've hit it at all.
So let's say it's like, you go there and you stay 12 seconds and you take the plate. What is Ezreal going to be after that?
After 12 seconds?
Yes.
He'd probably be at the tier 2 tower.
Perfect.
Roughly.
So then when you're going to recall right here, what is Ezreal going to do?
I mean, he could check bushes and stuff for me.
True, but if you just stay here when he press B, when he's right there, he just respawned. So he can't really stop you, but he can also push the wave. He's
gonna go ward dragon area. Yeah, he could push. He could go ward dragon area since that's up.
Yeah, well, it's not really his job to really get vision. His job is more to like get farm, get damage, and be strong. So the rule of thumb here is that you can push this, but you need to pay attention to the death timers. So right now, if you don't know what is Shyvana, I would never get a plate because you can easily die of level 6 Shyvana. I don't think you knew she was dead in the game, but let's say you know she was dead now. But if you don't know, you recall. But if you know, you could go for a plate depending on how healthy it is. If you have to stay like 10 seconds, the plate is full HP and Ezreal is gonna be here when you recall, and he can either kill you or stop your recall, or even like push the wave and take the plate as you recall. That's a bad play. So number one, if you die for this, it's always bad to go for a plate. If you know you're safe, you can't get stopped of the recall, or you don't die, you should go for a plate. In this case, Ezreal just respawned, wave is right here, so it will take a while to get in the tower. So the only variable that will tell you if this play is good or not is the health of the plate. If it's 100% HP plate, you should not go for it. If it's low HP or half HP, you should go for it. So here, that's what you should look for. But again, here, Nocturne pinging the Drake, you don't really care about this because you have so much gold and you really want to spend it. Plus, you're gonna go there and Shyvana is gonna be over the wall and you die. So if the chances of you dying there on the river is high, or you have a huge amount of gold, you should avoid following this. Yes, if you had it full HP, maybe you could consider following if it was an urgency to go now. Meaning that if he was there, not, oh, Nocturne is going to start the Drake in 15 seconds, I'm going to follow now. Really? In 15 seconds, Ezreal is in lane, Shyvana is right there. You sure?
Right, they got the advantage because they're coming back healthy and we're low. So
first of all, if the chances of you dying on the river is high, based on your HP and mana, you should always consider to ignore the play. Second of all, if the play is far, if the play will happen in like 10, 15, 20 seconds, you should always try to make the play that benefits you the most. Recalling or getting a plate or what benefits you the most, which in this case is recalling. And 3, if you have a lot of gold, avoid for as much as possible to make additional plays. Because now, all that you have to do is get the item, get the infinity. Look at this. You shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
She can easily kill you right here. Easily.
Right.
Look at this.
And that's, yeah.
Super, super important. So ideally, you don't ignore your jungle, but if in that case you should. In that case, you should for sure. Because it was really far. Like he was so far when he was pinging for Drake, and you were really, really low. And the fact that you had so much gold, it just makes the decision very simple that you had to ignore there.
Right.
Okay, so let's see a little bit of the mid game. So I think we got so many things of today's coaching session. So it's first of all is the camera control. It's second of all is the matchup, like as in you need to play the matchup based on like, well, what support you have, how they play, and a bit of wave management and a bit of macro decision making. This is definitely pretty big. So what do you need to improve them first?
I'd say the camera control.
The camera control,
big.
yeah, it's very big. It's very big for sure.
Yeah.
So I think that this is what we're gonna do for today. Gonna keep the camera control. It is the hardest to fix, but I think what we can do is you can improve the camera control and focus very, very hard on it. And if you watch this session one more time, you will slightly improve your macro and your wave management. So it's gonna improve slightly. We're not gonna focus in this session for that, and in the next 30 to 40 games, you still focus on the camera. But I think by default, after this session, it will anyways get better.
Yeah. I don't remember playing this locked, like always hitting spacebar. I think I recently started doing it, but I don't know why.
Yeah, maybe because you think you're precise and stuff. Nice. Your mechanics are very nice. So definitely your mechanics are lovely in terms of you clicking. You're pretty precise compared to like players in your even higher, a little bit higher. So I think that if we learn these decisions, because I can see that you're moving on the river, you're following so much your teammates, you're gonna die with them. It's not the proper decision making. It's very coin flip. I feel like you tomorrow you can play 10 games and win all of them. The day after tomorrow, demote instantly. That's how I feel like.
I think I do try to save my teammates too much from their own mistake, and I need to stop doing that.
Yes. Like you did with the Nocturne on the river, for example. I see. Okay, awesome. So there are lots of things already. I think the camera control will be like minimum 40 games to begin with.
I didn't even really notice it until you point out. Yeah, I'm like missing so much information.
Much information, exactly. Is there anything else for this game? Is there anything that you would like to talk about this game? Should we make?
No, I think we got what we needed out of this one, to be honest. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, let's see what are the biggest mistakes that we find today so we can have it for the next time.
$5. If you have problems improving and getting better in the game faster but cannot afford booking coaching, on my Patreon you can access more than 627 VOD reviews, premium videos about how to wave management, mid-game macro, and tier lists that will show you the best champions to climb and to improve for your elo. And these are not on YouTube, this is only on Patreon, they're exclusive. Moreover, you can participate in the free coaching waiting list to get a premium VOD review. I'm giving away 2 free VOD reviews every single week. All what you need to do is simple 2-step process. Subscribe to my Patreon and share your OPGG, and voila, you are on the waiting list. You're gonna get a personalized VOD review for any game in your match history. For just $5, you get not only the free VOD review, but a whole bunch of exclusive benefits that will supercharge your gaming experience. It's a small investment for a big return. And it's just $5, it's no brainer, right? But here is the deal, you've got to act quickly. The waiting list is already filling up fast. 55 people already subscribed to the Patreon, and there are 6 people that they are on board, they are on the waiting list. And more are joining every moment. Now, do you want to secure your spot for a free VOD review? Go ahead on my Patreon and reserve it right now.